Hello and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine, your intuitive spiritual guide for practical matters. And today I'm finishing up the month on how to be your own best friend. I started with treating yourself right, about what you're saying to yourself, not only in your thoughts, but also those mumbles that you do under your breath, and when you say it about yourself out loud, and also what you do for yourself, how you treat yourself. I talked the second week about accepting compliments and how we so many times don't do it. The third week, I talked about being true to yourself and not allowing others, their judgments, their expectations, and peer pressure to sway you from being who you are and being true to you. And this week, I'm talking about speaking your truth. So, no matter what people say, no matter what people do, know that you can speak your truth. You don't have to be quiet. You don't have to, sometimes it's appropriate. It seems like it's not really important, and you just go, and you let them be what they need to be as you walk away because it doesn't matter. You know it's going to create a big to do, or it's just somebody that isn't important to you. So you don't care what they say. But if you're being your own best friend and you see someone treating your best friend a way that you don't appreciate, you might need to speak your truth and defend that person. Or you might need to say, come on, honey, let's just go. They're not important. Do that for yourself as well. Take those steps back, look at what that person's saying or doing, and see if you need to speak your truth. See if you need to put up boundaries so that you're more comfortable with being around people, or maybe walls because you don't want that person in your life and you say, get out. You're not part of who I am anymore. Speak your truth. You can do it kindly. You don't have to be mean or nasty or do things that are horrible. Sometimes that takes a little bit of work because we're not always used to speaking our truth. We're not used to being able to let it out and sometimes we don't even know how to do it. Practice on people that will understand you. Say, I'm going to start saying things that maybe you're not used to. I want you to know where I'm coming from. I want you to understand. So if I say it in a rude way, let me know because I don't want to, but I'm not sure I know how to do this the right way yet. You can also go to a therapist because they might help you say, when you do this, this is how I feel. That's something that you can learn to do. Learn how to speak so that you're not attacking somebody when you're speaking your truth. Because speaking your truth should be about you and not about them, but you don't want to hurt them in the meantime, unless you could care less about that person. But generally, we want to stay in a better place, in a higher place, because that's who we want to be. If we want to treat ourselves like our best friends, we want to be this wonderful person. We want to be everything we can be, to be filled with joy and love and peace. And if we're attacking someone, because that's the truth we think we have, then we aren't necessarily going to stay in this really good place. Think about what you want to say in advance if it's something major that you haven't done before, because speaking your truth can be as easy or as hard as it's too cold in here. Can we turn the temperature up and have it maybe a little warmer? Or I need to always wear 3 layers of sweaters. I have a number of people that are like that. Or it might be something much larger, something that, or again, something smaller could be, I don't like taking the garbage out because this is not, can we make this somebody else's job? I'll swap you. This is my truth right now. This is not what I want to do. It gives me the heebie-jeebies or the ooey-gooeys. I don't want to touch it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just making things up. But it may just be that your truth is something minor, but you want to say it anyway. Sometimes we let things slide. They're not important enough. And other times they become important because we wait too long to say them, so they become very important suddenly. Maybe they kind of build up because we haven't spoken our truth yet, especially to a spouse. We've let them say things or do things that bug us. And we're going, I got to say something. Oh, I got to say something. Oh, and before you know it, years have gone by and all of a sudden you blow up and they're going, what? I always call you that. I don't hate it. Well, why did you let me do that all this time then? Some people don't react well when you speak your truth. And sometimes those people aren't people you need in your life. And sometimes we need to speak our truth in a little calmer and quieter and confident way so that they hear us. And you can even say at some point, if you've been speaking your truth and they're not hearing you, say, "You're not hearing me. You're not listening to what I say. This is important to me. You need to hear me." And they may go, "What? Oh, what? I'm sorry." And it just goes right over their heads because they're not used to you speaking your truth, or they don't think you really it's important to you. So if you say, "Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 10, you need to listen to me." And then say calmer after that. You don't want to attack people. You don't want to make them feel bad or hurt them necessarily, but you want to be able to be heard. And being heard when you're speaking your truth is very important. And it could be something minor, or it could be something that really will change your life if they would hear you. Know that treating yourself as your own best friend encompasses not only what people say to you, but how you speak to yourself, what you think about for yourself, those limiting beliefs that hold you back and make you think you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not attractive, all these things, you're not good at your job, whatever it may be that people have told you or that you tell yourself that gets ingrained in you. All those limiting beliefs can stop us from treating ourselves kindly. So if you're being your own best friend, you have to know that these are things that you need to do for yourself. Adjust the way you talk to yourself, even the way you think about yourself. Accept compliments from yourself as well as from other people. Be true to you. Don't let other people's opinions sway you unless you listen to them and they make sense to you and you go, actually, I hadn't thought of that. I need to pay attention. That's something I could change in me, and that would be for the better. Or it might just be, well, that's rude and obnoxious. I don't need to listen to this person. Maybe the expectations are not what you want. As I said last week, sometimes people have expectations that you don't meet, and it's their expectations, not yours. Or they're your expectations for yourself that you don't meet. Look at those. See how you want to respond to them, and then speak your truth. Speak your truth to yourself. Tell yourself how you feel and what you want, and tell your subconscious, "Hey, listen to me, you bub. This is not how I believe. You will stop that right this minute. We're changing this from this moment forward. Pay attention." You can speak to yourself that way, but I wouldn't recommend you speak to other people quite that way. Speak to them in a way that makes sense to you, but speak your truth. Know that you wouldn't just take anything. You wouldn't want your best friend to just take all of these negative things or whatever that's put on them without saying something or asking them to, "Hey, doesn't this bother you? Why don't you speak up?" So do that for yourself as well. Know that you deserve to be treated well. You deserve to treat yourself well. Don't let others or yourself forget that. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm Carol DeChaine. If you'd like to know more about me, by all means, check out my website at www.connecttojoy.com. That's connect, the number 2, joy.com. And that's also the name of my podcast. And you will find information not only on my life coaching and on Marconics multidimensional energy work and energy space clearing work, but also you can find my podcast not only on all the different podcast channels pretty much, but also on my website. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell notification. The next time a video is posted will be told you right away. I know I have a few of those that I've subscribed to. Until next week, please do know that you deserve to be treated as though you were your own best friend by yourself and by everyone around you.